Hello.
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 Hi.
Welcome to the Guild's
Guild's Virtual Race Day.
Welcome to Guild's Virtual Race Day.
We're glad that you joined us tonight.
So glad that you could join us this evening.
Thank you. Please.
Please enjoy.
Welcome to the Guild's 23rd annual Day at the Races. My name is Gary Woods, and I'm the proud principal here at Villa School.
And I'm Gwen Eberhard, director of Villa's Jelty Phillips Speech and Language Center. We will be your masters of ceremony for this virtual Day at the Races, hosted by Villa Esperanza's Guild.
While we're sad that we can't spend the day with you in person out on the racetrack, we are glad you are joining us today virtually. We have a fun evening planned, some things to expect. We have our resident and student videos, silent auction. We have a grand prize drawing for $1,000 and a special message from Bob and Judy Moore.
Today we're gathered virtually to raise funds for Villa's Jelty Phillips Speech and Language Center and our residential programs. Both programs have been operating throughout the pandemic in order to continue to provide love, care, and hope to those with special needs and their families. We could not do this without the support of our greater community all year round. Before we get started, we'd like to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. We appreciate everyone's support in this year's virtual event, including Ruth Ann All,
Casillas Veterinary Hospital,
Esper A. Peterson Foundation,
Joan Fazer,
Diana Gamble,
and Martha Lanford. Now, we would like to share with you a special message from Villa's CEO, Kelly White, and Villa's Adult Day program.
Hi everyone, Kelly White, CEO with Villa Esperanza Services. Welcome to our 23rd annual event at the Day at the Races. Virtually, of course. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Help us raise money for this event. Goes directly to our Speech and Language Center as well as our residential programs. You're in the best of hands coming up with our MCs, Gary and Gwen. Before that, I want to take a moment to show a video with you. So it's a very special year for us. Villa is celebrating their 60th year in existence in providing services to children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So we're really excited. And to help kick off this 60th anniversary, Villa's Adult Day program team created this fun, celebratory video. So enjoy. Again, thank you for all your support on behalf of the Guild, on behalf of the Board of Directors, and certainly myself. Thank you.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. We're gonna fill our house with happiness, but we'll smother the blues with tenderness. There's room for you.
Happy anniversary, Villa! Thank you so much to all the creative staff at our Adult Day program for helping us to celebrate.
Villa is now in its 60th year providing love, care, and hope for families whose loved ones have intellectual and developmental disabilities. For many of those 60 years, the Villa Esperanza Guild has worked shoulder to shoulder with Villa staff to care for and support this very special community.
The Villa Guild was founded in 1968 with a mission to increase public awareness surrounding the needs of individuals with developmental disabilities. In its over 50 years in operation, it's raised over $1.5 million through events just like this one. I personally have had the pleasure of joining Villa Guild members in their meetings here on our campus and also in the dedication of the Helen Vaughn Library, which resides in the Jelty Phillips Speech and Language Center. Helen Vaughn was a past member of our Villa Guild, a librarian herself, and her legacy lives on in allowing our students to enjoy the love of language.
We invite you now to meet current Guild President Joan Fazer, who is also a retired teacher and a longtime Villa parent.
Welcome to the Villa Esperanza Guild's first ever virtual Day at the Races. My name is Joan Fazer, President of the Villa Esperanza Guild, and on behalf of all of our members, I want to welcome you to our unique event. I would like to extend a special thank you to our patrons and business sponsors for their generosity. Funds raised today will help Villa's Jelty Phillips Speech and Language Center and adult residential programs, which continue to provide services despite the unusual circumstances we find ourselves in. Throughout the pandemic, Villa has continued to teach children remotely and how to communicate using the latest technology and most innovative therapies. It has also kept the doors of its 7 assisted living homes open, providing safe and nurturing living environments to all of our adult clients. Despite all that has happened since we saw each other at last year's race day, Villa's hope continues to move forward with its capital campaign. Now, in Phase 2A, the campaign is working to address our next priorities: 3 additional classrooms, occupational therapy clinic, and sports performance center. We are grateful to all of our generous Phase 2 donors for helping Hope move forward at Villa. If you are not already, I invite you to become a member of the Villa Esperanza Guild and join us in our support of Villa. Membership information is available on the Villa Guild Eclipse Terrace page of tonight's event. You may contact Villa Esperanza's Guild Liaison, Lindsay Harrison, at 626-449-2919, extension 162. Thank you again for joining us to help support Villa Esperanza during these uncertain times. Your support means the world to us.
Thank you, Joan, and thank you to all the Guild members that have been so supportive over the years. Another special thanks to our event sponsors, Barbara Jameson,
Jacqueline Knowles,
Ann Letton,
Mary Ann McKinley,
Bob and Judy Moore,
and Ilda Murachanian.
An extra special thank you to all our Guild members that helped us put together packages for this year's silent auction.
Which reminds me, have you had a chance to check out some of the silent auction items? For example, check this basket out. This is the Luck of the Irish. I see some Guinness right there in the middle. A lot of green, a lot of clovers, glasses.
Just in time for St. Patrick's Day.
Guild members have many different reasons for supporting Villa. Some of them are Villa parents, but some of them are community members looking to go above and beyond to help individuals with special needs. We would like to share with you a story from our Guild member, Ruth Ann All. Ruth Ann?
Hi, my name is Ruth Ann All, and I was a instructional aide and a speech language therapy assistant at Pasadena Unified for 20 years. I worked with special needs children. The idea came to me to get involved in education of special needs when my nephew was born in 1994. He was a fraternal twin and was established to have autism at about the age of 13 months. I had never heard the word autism and began to do some exploratory research, trying to find out more about it. And one day at a National Day of Prayer, I heard behind me a gal talking about Mach 1 and had, which is a horse training facility for developmentally disabled children. And she had mentioned when I inquired that if a child would wear a helmet, they were able to ride the horse. In learning about the other children at camp, Children with Autism Making Progress in South Pasadena, as well as at Pasadena Unified, I realized that when I met a child on the autism spectrum, I had met one child on the autism spectrum. They're all so different. Then my neighbor, when I retired, Linda, is on the Guild board, and she realized that I had time and snabbed me. My husband and I have been at the races for 5 years, And this is our first virtual race, and we look forward to finding out all about it. It's been a virtual year.
Thank you so much, Ruth Ann. It's wonderful when community members like yourself come to support individuals with developmental disabilities here at Villa.
Supporters like Ruth Ann help in so many ways, especially in this current moment when most of our programs have had to move to remote services only.
Most but not all, Villa Esperanza's residential services programs have continued to operate and never close their doors to our clients that depend on them to live independently, along with our staff who come to work every day to support our Villa family. Additionally, Villa's brought back some of its cleaning crews in our employment services programs to help keep our campus clean and sanitized.
We caught up with them recently to ask what they liked about Villa and how they have been keeping busy during the pandemic.
How do I like Villa?
I like Villa because I grew up there.
And I like the Villa because they are very good with me.
I feel very happy and I get along with everybody. And Villa is like my family, is my family.
I like working with my friends and like my support staff.
Okay, the staff is teaching me how to be a pandit with my chores, and they treat me like a lady. I just want to be happy and with Wilson and everybody else. Plain and simple.
I help clean HR, Rule 7, main office.
Yeah, I'll be at the house watching TV, and sometimes we walk outside with a mask and stuff.
I'm good at doing crafts and all those things.
Exercising, always washing my hands.
I'm very good worker.
I want y'all be safe out there.
I enjoy being here with the staff and the girls.
I love you, Villa.
We love you, Villa.
That was Jackie, Carson, James, and Eric of our residential program, and Michael, John, and Juliana of our employment services program. We're glad to see that they're all doing so well. By supporting Villa through events like these, you are helping these clients continue to thrive despite these difficult times.
Another special thank you to our event sponsors, Dottie and Byron Nelson,
Margaret Morris Norton and Richard Norton,
Joya and Larry Pastor,
Winnie Rittenauer,
Marlene Chafee,
Joanne Tess. It is not only Villa's program participants that you are supporting, but also Villa's staff.
Absolutely. Our speech and language staff have put together some very special reflections to share with you, a little glimpse into what they're working on now and what they can't wait to get back to in the future.
Doing group speech sessions where kids get to see each other and talk together or play games together is one of my favorite things in distance learning. It totally makes my day to see the way some kids just light up when they see a favorite friend on the screen and they say hi to each other. Playing freeze dance has also been a personal favorite activity of mine and some of my kids. It is a blast to get up out of our chairs and see all the silly dance moves that everybody has. It's especially fun when the rest of the family joins in with the students, so everybody in the family is having a dance party.
Working with our students on Zoom has been challenging at times, especially so much time in front of the screen, but it has had lots of positives like connecting with my students in different ways and seeing so many of them learn to navigate Zoom and sharing their preferred home activities and even their personal space with me. Connecting with the parents has been really special as we support each other and support our kiddos together.
Villa Esperanza is fortunate to have such a wonderful team. Thank you, Gwen, your entire speech team, for your hard work keeping these services up and running during these difficult times.
Villa's lucky to have such a wonderful team, not just in speech, but agency-wide. Most of our programs have made a very challenging transition from in-person services every day, face-to-face, to distance programs, distance learning, distance adult day programming, classes, activities, games over the computer. Our staff and our individual participants have done a wonderful job.
And it's not just staff that have risen to the occasion. We have a very talented, dedicated community that has also helped.
Speaking of which, I'd like to introduce Alexis Casillas, who is both a family member with a loved one in our residential program, as well as a member of our Villa board. She has a special message to share with everyone tonight. Alexis?
Hi, my name is Alexis Casillas, and I'm a present Villa board member, and I like to think that I'm a lifelong Villa supporter. I have a younger brother named Austin who started a Villa's preschool program, and I vividly remember being a child and hearing about this magical place that was going to really alter the course of my brother's life, and how important it was that he gets the help that Villa could provide him with. As Austin grew older and went to different programs for middle and high school and then transitioned, we always knew that Villa was a safe landing place and something that we could rely on when it was time for us to take those next kind of adult steps. And that came in 2019. Austin was adamant and told us in his own way that he was ready to kind of launch and live on his own. So the stars aligned and he was able to return to Villa's adult day programs. He's a member of Dimensions and enjoys those programs. And he also is a resident of the Wagner House. Having a family member with a disability is a lot of things, but one of the more difficult aspects about navigating that new life is how it can feel isolating. There are so many questions and what ifs and adjusting of expectations and aspirations that families have to go through confronting disability. And it's hard to do that watching your peers not have to do that and feeling like nobody else understands the adjustments and almost a grieving process that comes to reconfiguring what a future looks like for somebody who's got a profound developmental disability. So having a group like the Villa Guild and an organization like Villa to support you in that experience and really the lifelong experience in the way that Villa does has been really helpful. So I'm very grateful that Villa continues and feels like a part of the family and somebody else who will look out for Austin and make sure that he gets to do all of the things he wants to do, and we feel safer having a partner and getting him to achieve that.
Villa Esperanza Guild has always been focused on supporting not only individuals with disabilities, but the families that love them as well. When Villa was founded in 1961, many families were told that there would be few options for their children who were born with developmental delays. Villa was founded to combat this belief and provide not only opportunities, but hope to families who were not sure where to turn.
Irene Albeck, member of Villa Esperanza's Guild, longtime Villa parent, and past Villa Esperanza school teacher, experienced this firsthand. She graciously recounted to us what her experience was like when her son Gregory was born.
I think of 1969, I recall Charles Dickens' words in The Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times and the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom and a season of life. April 25th, 1969 was the best of times and the worst of times. Our son was born, and soon after we learned he was Down syndrome. The doctor suggested he be placed in a home and go on with our lives. He depicted a life full of difficulties. It would be better to put him away and forgotten. How does one forget so easily? We followed his advice and placed him. And before he was placed, we had to be evaluated by a pediatrician. And at that time, he was a very well known in the area. Perhaps many of you remember Dr. Hosepian. He asked, why was I going to place him? And I said it was suggested it would be best for him. The Dr. Hosepian said it would be best if he was raised by those who loved and cared for him. And alarmed, I asked him how would it be able to raise him, and his response was, like any other child. Yes, he will develop at a slower pace, take greater patience, endure pitiful looks, but he is yours and will progress in a home environment. I began to realize he was talking about a child, our child. The worst of times became the best of times when we visited Villa Esperanza. For 49 years ago, when our journey began at Villa, I met a kind woman, Rose White. She was a tall, stately, twinkling eyes, always with a smile. Sensing a downcast parent who was trying to cope with the future, knowing dreams and expectations would not be a reality. Rose was the mother of a very handsome young man with developmental delays. She would lean on her cane and speak in a soft voice, not offering me advice or trying to make me feel better. She offered friendship, and many mornings we would stand in front of the building, chatting about nothing in particular. Rose was one of the many women I met opening doors in challenging society to take notice of children who needed the same thing every other child needed, to be accepted. This was the noblest generation, not seeking recognition, praise, or gratitude. They were helping the next generation to be stronger by supporting Villa philosophy, hope, love, and caring, by giving their talent and time, leaving their footprints for others to follow. And this is Guild's purpose.
Thank you, Irene, for sharing your story. It really means a lot to us to hear straight from parents about their experience having a child with developmental disabilities. And thank you for all you do to support all of our Villa families. And don't forget to check out the soda fountain basket that Irene donated to our silent auction. I do know there's a Tui's gift card in there, and I highly recommend the bittersweet chocolate sundae.
And thank you to our event supporters who are helping those like Irene and Greg. Lainey Teckenton,
Bob Travis,
Jeannie and Peter Vaughn,
Kelly White,
Elise Williamson,
Patty and Bob Zuber.
If you have not donated yet, it's not too late. We are looking for help tonight from those who are willing to make a pledge of hope for our Villa families.
Many of you know Bob and Judy Moore, both of whom are active in the Pasadena community and stalwart advocates for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Bob has been the master of ceremonies at our Race Day event for nearly 20 years. They send a brief message to you tonight from a very special location.
So I'm Judy Moore.
And I'm Bob Moore.
I have been affiliated with Villa with our daughter since 1977. I've been on the board of directors and I've been a member of the Guild forever and served as president.
I too have been on Villa's board of directors, and it's been a wonderful organization to be associated with, especially because the Villa folks have taken such great care of our daughter over all these years.
Villa's residential programs offer involvement for clients who need full-time supervision up to those clients who are totally independent and can have a full-time job. One of the things I enjoy about the residential program is that it incorporates what we would want for our son or daughter as they grow older. They go to a program during the week, they have evenings together, they have friends together, they do relaxation items on the weekends, but it's all designed to meet the individual's abilities and needs. So that is one of the things that we really enjoy about the residential program.
I've been involved with the Day at the Races for perhaps 20 years. I've been up there farther, higher in the stands, and had a great view of the field. And my job has been to be the MC. And so here we are tonight on a virtual program. But one of the events that we did on every other race day was to have a pledge of hope. This was a card that was passed out. There was one at each table. And participants were asked to make a donation to Villa to keep their programs operational. Pledge of Hope is available tonight in this virtual event. I'll hope that you will join me in making a pledge of hope this evening to support programs of Villa.
With your support, we can continue to have hope be hard at work at Villa Esperanza Services.
Thank you, Bob and Judy. It was nice to get a good, quick peek of the Santa Anita racetrack, too.
I'm afraid it's time for us to wrap it up, but I hope you enjoyed tonight's glimpse at how our guild members and our program participants are doing.
Please enjoy the rest of the evening's festivities. Bid on the silent auction. Remember, it closes at 8 p.m. Take your chance at our grand prize raffle and explore the event page and meet more of the amazing people at Villa.
Thank you for all you do to support Villa and the Guild, and thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you're staying safe, and we hopefully look forward to seeing you next year in person.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Gwen.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. All right. Bye.
We're glad that you joined us tonight.